Let's catch up with all your business news. First Rand is paying its highest dividends ever after its 2022 results showed earnings recovered and beat pre-pandemic levels. A record of 26 billion Rand will go to shareholders. FNB, Rand Merchant Bank, Westbank, all fall under the First Rand Group. The bank got a boost from higher interest rates and easing pandemic conditions. First Rand's profits rose 23%. The bulk of its earnings came from FNB. So let's chat to FNB CEO Jacques Celliers on the bank's performance. Thank you so much for your time, Jacques. We do appreciate it. So maybe just help us understand what's behind the good performance. Is there a stronger consumer out there compared to a year ago? And are clients depositing more money into the bank and paying off their loans better? What has contributed to this good performance?
Thanks for having me, and good evening to the viewers. So the storyline really is not a one-season outcome. We are certainly dealing with the last bits of recovery from a COVID impact. And what's pleasing is the strategies that we set out to support our clients through the COVID pandemic impact. Now that most of the relief has washed through and people have been able to get back onto their feet as the vaccines have gained momentum and the lockdowns are down, we are grateful for the position we've ended up in with our clients. Balance sheets certainly haven't been as healthy as in a long time. Our own balance sheet hasn't been as healthy in a long time, and from all elements of our value creation and our revenue streams are all contributing well. So it's a very, very good space that we find ourselves in tonight, Heidi.
Great, that's fantastic news. It also just shows that consumers are perhaps a lot more comfortable and not so going through such difficult times like we did see through the COVID-19 pandemic. I want to speak about another important aspect. You recently won Best Banking App in Africa. No doubt the digital platform is a big part of your performance. Speak to us about that.
All right, so from a value prop perspective, clearly we have a whole bunch of elements that we package in this client-centric way. We have transactional banking and credit and investments and insurance. And nowadays we even, help you get an ID and a passport, right? So we have a lot of value propositions we package around our client value propositions. And the most important way to think of us in the way that we're designing our world is that you really have this control panel that we try and get into your hands. Either small screen or big screen, and even if you get assisted to do something, that really enables you to control your financial products and solutions with us, in the events where you want to apply for new things or when you have to do servicing. So most of these solutioning that we try and enable on our platform is really built around simplifying people's lives, right? So to get from A to B, as you know, when you have to drive home, you all know where your home is, but you use a tool to make sure you miss the potholes and you can see where the traffic jams are. And with our digital executions, we get so many more data points, so many better opportunities to package solutions better for our customers, to help them navigate both the opportunities when they have something they want to pursue, or an obstacle, they're stuck somewhere and they need, because they forgot a PIN. So packaging all of these value props around our digital executions have really helped us to gain, not only an efficiency lever, because it is much more efficient to do it through the platforms, but really to differentiate the value props, that we are truly a different execution to what the market generally is expecting.
Certainly, and I must say there's nothing more frustrating as an app that does not work or is dysfunctional. So it's great that you have your app up and running and functional. I want to speak about the interesting aspect that you have about 300,000 new business accounts. Could we see this as a sign that the economy can produce businesses and that there's some hope on that front, especially when it comes to economic recovery and growth?
Yeah, the business segment for us is a very exciting, a world that we innovate a lot into. I mean, you sort of look at business segment growth opportunities from two lenses. The one is obviously there is and remains a tremendous amount of growth for us as we switch customers from our competitors, to our more broader and more efficient value props around digital platforms and payment architectures and simpler, experiences, whether it's Forex or investments or payments. All of those elements in credit extension makes our value prop really attractive. So we get growth from our competitors. And then at the same time, we work hard to include more startup activities. Now, unfortunately, in the startup business world, as you know, not all businesses really mature into viable businesses. So what's nice about the efficiency within which we can open accounts and get people active through the platforms. For example, we integrate into SIPC directly. So people who are struggling to get frustrations, even if we open an account quickly, the regulatory process might take a bit longer. So the integration we have into the SARS and SIPC and our own processes makes it very easy to open accounts. That then makes people able to start trading, because as soon as you start trading, we can see activity, and we can support the activity with credit extension, and we can give advice, and we really link people up into a network that gives them market opportunities, and that's our job, is to create more opportunity for that growth. There's another element of business activity that's been adding to our customer over the last few years, and that's this additional source of income. There was a time where I guess we were all one-dimensional. We only had one source of income. Nowadays, as you know, people have got so many different sources of income. So the link between personal banking and business banking, and the ability to open a little business account on the back of your personal profile. So there's a really good energy going into innovation to stimulate business activity.
Certainly, I think that is some great news. We're always hearing about the doom and gloom, so it's great to hear how people are able to have access to the banking world and you giving them that opportunity. Thank you so much for your time this evening. We do appreciate it. That was FNB CEO Jacques Celliers.